First off, we want to say God is the greatest.
Rich Homie Quan was honored and remembered at his emotional rich as in spirit homegoing ceremony, held in College Park, Georgia, following his unexpected passing earlier this month. On a somber Tuesday, September 17th, the late rapper, born Daquance Devontae Lamar, was celebrated by his family, friends, and community during a touching service at World Changers Church International. The ceremony began at 11 a.m. with close family members seated in the front rows, their faces reflecting a mixture of grief and memories. The atmosphere inside the church was heavy, not only with sorrow but also with deep admiration for the life and legacy of Rich Homie Quan, a man who touched the hearts of many through his music and charismatic presence. Among the notable attendees was fellow Atlanta rapper Killer Mike, who took the stage to speak from the heart about his late friend. In his eulogy, Killer Mike painted a vivid picture of Rich Homie Quan, describing him not just as a talented rapper but as a person who carried his emotions with great complexity. "Our writing comes from the experiences around us," Mike began, speaking to the crowd with a blend of sincerity and reflection. "Believe me, that smile he had wasn't just for show, it carried the weight of everything he had gone through." Mike's voice wavered slightly as he continued, illustrating the duality of Quan's public persona. The smile that he walked around with sometimes masked a shattering, hurt thing. Yet, despite his own struggles, he still gave his audience joy, love, and laughter. Killer Mike's words were powerful, resonating deeply with the attendees as he subtly alluded to the internal battles that Rich Homie Quan may have faced, even while radiating positivity to those around him. Mike concluded his heartfelt tribute with a message of healing, not just for himself but for everyone who had ever struggled with personal demons. "I want to say to us," he said, addressing the mourners with compassion, "forgive yourself for your own addictions." His words served as a poignant reminder that even those who seem strong on the outside may carry unseen burdens, and that self-forgiveness is a crucial step in moving forward. It was a call for understanding, both for Rich Homie Quan and for the many people who face similar struggles, offering a sense of solace in a moment filled with grief. Comedian DC Young Fly also took the stage during Rich Homie Quan's homegoing ceremony, bringing a touch of levity to an otherwise solemn occasion. Known for his humor, DC Young Fly made sure to keep the mood light at first, offering a few jokes to ease the tension in the room. His energy provided a brief moment of relief for the grieving crowd, allowing them to smile amidst the sorrow. But as he shifted from humor to heartfelt words, his tone became more serious and filled with gratitude. He expressed his thanks to God and to Rich Homie Quan's family for sharing such a remarkable individual with the world. DC Young Fly shared how his bond with Rich Homie Quan went far beyond just industry connections. The two had met around 2003, long before Quan's rise to fame. To him, Quan wasn't just a friend but real family, a sentiment that resonated deeply as he addressed the late rapper's parents. His words reflected the deep respect and love he had for the man who had not only shaped Atlanta's music scene but also impacted the lives of those closest to him. "Y'all gave us an icon, y'all gave us a legend," Young Fly said, looking directly at Quan's parents, who sat quietly absorbing the weight of his words. He went on to acknowledge the fleeting nature of life, remarking, "We're all on borrowed time." He emphasized how, despite the relatively short time Quan had on this earth, his achievements were monumental. "The things that he accomplished while he was here, we want to let you know that we're going to continue on his legacy," he assured the family, his voice steady with conviction. Even through the small amount of time, it made a big impact. The ceremony was further marked by a significant tribute from the city of Atlanta itself. In recognition of Rich Homie Quan's influence and legacy, the Atlanta City Council made an official proclamation. September 17th would forever be known as Rich Homie Quan Day in the city. This announcement added a special layer of honor to the event, ensuring that Quan's name would live on not just in the memories of his loved ones but also in the history of Atlanta. After the formal ceremony, the celebration of Rich Homie Quan's life continued in a way that reflected his vibrant spirit. A party was held at the Bank, a popular event space in Atlanta, where friends, family, and fans gathered to celebrate the life of the beloved rapper. Rather than a time of mourning, this event was about joy, filled with laughter, music, and stories that captured the essence of who Quan was, a man who lived fully and left a lasting mark on everyone he encountered. Party was a fitting tribute to the rapper, honoring his life and legacy in a way that reflected the love and light he brought into the world. Rich Homie Quan's passing was a reminder of how brief and precious life is, but through the memories shared at his homegoing ceremony and the declaration of his own day in Atlanta, his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Rich Homie Quan tragically passed away on September 5th at his Atlanta home, leaving a city and a music community in shock. The rapper, known for his distinct style and countless contributions to the Atlanta hip-hop scene, was only 34 years old when his life came to an untimely end. In the days following his passing, details about his final moments began to surface, offering a glimpse into the sudden nature of his death. On September 9th, the Atlanta Police Department released an incident report that provided more context to the events leading up to his death, based on statements from two of the closest people in his life: his girlfriend, Amber Williams, and his brother, Andre Munford. The report painted a troubling picture of what appeared to be a normal night that quickly took a tragic turn. According to Andre Munford's account, the evening had been like any other, with nothing out of the ordinary. However, around 3 a.m. Munford woke up and noticed something unusual. His brother, Rich Homie Quan, was lying on the floor near the kitchen, a sight that immediately raised alarm bells. Munford described the scene to the responding officers, explaining that Quan appeared to be asleep but had food in his mouth. It was an unsettling and deeply worrying sight for his brother, who knew something was terribly wrong. Munford told the officer that the situation was very unusual for Quan, who was not known to sleep in such an odd position, much less with food still in his mouth. His immediate concern for his brother's well-being prompted him to take action. Munford gently lifted Quan off the kitchen floor, hoping that perhaps his brother had just fallen into a deep, heavy sleep. He moved him to the couch, trying to make him more comfortable while grappling with the unease that something was not right. Amber Williams, Rich Homie Quan's girlfriend, also provided her account of the tragic morning to the police. She recalled that her day began like any other, waking up at 6:45 a.m. to take her children to school. As she walked through their home, she saw Quan lying on the couch, still in the same position his brother had left him. He appeared to be resting, and nothing seemed immediately alarming, so Williams went about her morning routine. After dropping off the kids, she returned home a short while later and found Quan still on the couch, seemingly in the same peaceful state. Believing he was simply catching up on much-needed rest, Williams didn't think much of it. She went back to their bedroom to get a little more sleep herself, likely unaware that something was terribly wrong. It wasn't until around 11 a.m. after waking up again that Williams realized the gravity of the situation. Upon checking on Quan, she felt an overwhelming sense of dread wash over her. His body was cold to the touch, and he wasn't breathing. In a moment of sheer panic and disbelief, she immediately called 911, hoping against hope that something could still be done. Unfortunately, despite her swift action, it was too late. The exact cause of Quan's death remains unknown. Although an autopsy was promptly conducted, it may take up to 90 working days for the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office to release the official report. Until then, his loved ones, friends, and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions about how such a young and vibrant life could be cut short so suddenly. In the aftermath of his passing, Rich Homie Quan's father, Corey Lamar, spoke out about his son's final days during an interview with WSB TV journalist Michael Seiden. As both his father and his business manager, Corey shared some insight into the work Quan had been doing in the months leading up to his untimely death. According to Lamar, Quan was in the middle of a major creative push and had been working hard on a brand new album.